If you are a beginner DJ and you are not sure on how to set up your rekordbox settings, I'm going to tell you from a beginner DJ what I do in my settings. And when it comes to rekordbox settings, it's really just a personal preference, but I'm going to tell you what I changed and the reason why behind that. So for the first setting, for the waveform color, I decided to do the 3-band because personally, this is just a preference of mine. It really allows me to understand the waveform a lot better this way, but some people prefer blue or RGB, really just a preference for you. The goal with picking a waveform color that works for you is to be able to kind of read the waveform in terms of understanding the song structure itself visually. The next thing that I changed was the key display format. So this is in relation to the key. I always set it to alphanumeric because it's just a lot more easier to understand, and it really helps make harmonic mixing a lot more easier to visualize. If you want to do classic, go for it, but if you do alphanumeric in terms of like 3A, 4A, 6A, it just makes mixing in key way easier. So the next thing that I changed in my settings was the layout of my rekordbox. So as you can see, there are tons of different media types in here. For me, just to keep things really easy and clean, I only selected the media types that I personally wanted to see on my rekordbox. And basically this is where they will show up right here. So for me, I wanted to choose Beatport because I have an integration with Beatport. I also wanted to choose track suggestion and related tracks because when I'm mixing, these can be really helpful with deciphering the next track you want to play. But if you do have an integration with Tidal, Apple Music, or any of these other media types, I definitely recommend checking that so that it can pop up on the sidebar right here for you. And I also chose this one when I was getting rekordbox on my phone, which actually I don't need that because I don't have the mobile app. But again, only choose the media types that are relevant to your workflow because if you have too many things, it's just going to be way too distracting. So the next thing I did was for appearance. I have it set to dark, and this is the reason why. Let me go ahead and set it to light. Oh my God, that looks awful. No. If you're doing light, I am judging you low-key, but we're gonna do dark. And then for the track analysis setting, I always make sure it's set to BPM and grid and key.